Good morning and welcome to NFThesis. I'm your host, Anthony Shepard, and let's talk some NFTs. This morning, what I'm going to get into is a little bit technical, but it's important. And that is an NFT is like a barcode or a serial number for a digital piece of art. The point of this being on a distributed ledger is so that you can keep track of where it goes, keep track of its value, keep track of the royalty that goes back to the artist, keep track of its legitimacy. You know that this is the correct NFT because it is on the right chain, it is the right hash code. Most NFTs do not truly exist on chain because there is size limitations and a size cost trade-off when putting data on chain. So you're more selective about what data needs to be kept on chain and what data can be referenced via a cloud service. Most of the internet that you access is going to be on a centralized service of some kind, typically AWS. Even if, say, your work ecosystem has its own closed internet system, that probably exists on top of a larger internet system. What's most misunderstood about the blockchain space is the need for digital property rights and the need for privacy and security, because people really don't understand the services that they're using and they expect everything for free and don't understand the trade-offs that come with having things for free. And they don't understand how much free actually is costing you. And that is in your privacy being invaded, your data being sold, your inability to capitalize on your own work that you put into the internet. When you do have an ability to capitalize, it is at a great margin. And that's not even to get into how net neutrality has affected what you see and your ability to be seen on social media and search platforms. In the terms of agreement, you are agreeing that at any time, the service that I am using for free can rug me. They can kick me off, they can delete my content, they can demonetize me, and we can literally change the algorithm, the way the service works, and anything that you are doing on here can be gone tomorrow. That's what you're signing in the terms of agreement. And the reason I'm getting into this kind of preachy technical subject is because it is important to why NFTs exist beyond number go up. It is the reason this is actually going to be a war for intellectual property rights and digital property rights. And if you don't think that's important, then you don't understand the internet and you don't understand where the future is going. People who trash talk NFTs have already lost. John Rogers, ex-executive of Disney, who was in control of franchising, said that blockchain is an emerging media platform. We already have names like Coinbase, MasterCard, Christie's, Sotheby's, Facebook rebranding itself to Meta. Microsoft acquired Blizzard and talked about metaverse plans. Nike, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, Balenciaga. These are all names that are in the NFT space. These are all names that are doing things regarding the metaverse, and they're shifting to this new future. So I'm sorry, person on Facebook and Instagram who doesn't like NFTs. Nobody asked you. Not to be rude, but that's the bottom line is nobody cares what you think. These things are going to happen. When the government is talking about central bank digital currencies, you can hate crypto all you want. You're going to be paying your bills with it in 10 years. Maybe sooner. You're going to be using this stuff whether you like it or not. And the problem is that right now, bringing it back to NFTs and their data not existing on chain completely, if you are using a centralized NFT service, then you could very well find yourself censored. And many sex workers in NFTs have found this problem with being censored on platforms that are not exactly Web 3. They're Web 2.5. And that means that they reserve the right to unlink your data from the blockchain. And that is a huge, huge problem with calling something completely decentralized. And then the only thing that's decentralized is the number. If they can take the number off of the artwork, or take the artwork off of the number, or literally remove the website that your blockchain NFT is referencing, then you are not censor proof. And that's where the importance of decentralized cloud networks becomes important. You need to have decentralized services. Most NFT platforms that I've seen, I believe, are posting your content to IPFS. So for the most part, I think you should be rug proof, but that product is not 100% yet, as far as I understand. They're still working on it. I don't know what that means. I don't know how decentralized Filecoin is. I know there are a lot of other answers. There are a lot of other people working on this. There were so many names that I had never even heard of. The only two I'm really familiar with are IPFS and Akash Network. The reason that decentralized cloud services is so important is because I would say most of the internet probably exists on Amazon Web Services. And it is super easy to launch any business just plugging into AWS. And most people don't even understand what cloud is beyond, being able to back up the phone pictures you have. Even I'm not that intelligent on the subject. I know slightly more than your average person. I know enough to know that net neutrality is 100% web services setting up feudalism by making sure to separate you from your data and your privacy and using you as a product, not just a customer. It's not just about, can I sell you something via ads? It's also about, can I sell ads via you? This all is about digital sovereignty. It's all about taking back our rights. You should educate yourself on net neutrality. You should educate yourself on what the internet actually is. Form actual beliefs on this. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you need to believe, but if you believe in the freedom of speech and the freedom to make money off of your work without a bunch of gatekeepers and middlemen between your ability to just do the work and sell it to people who want to buy it. As simple as that. Isn't it a basic human right to be able to sell your work for the fair market value? That is, I think we all kind of want the right to work and earn, and artists and musicians are really kind of left out of that equation. So many people are left out of that equation. Digital sovereignty is a way to take that back. Cryptocurrency being tamper-proof, so to speak, being anti-fragile, and not having someone like the government or a corporation or whoever being able to come along and just change the monetary policy or hide the amount of money that they're bribing people with will be hopefully a dynamic change to everything. And part of the reason, I know it's like this is getting, now I am getting kind of crazy, and you're probably, like, wow, this guy's getting really in the deep end. But the reason all of these experiments happening on NFTs is so important is because we want to figure all this stuff out now when we're talking about intellectual property, when we're talking about art and writing and the things that people are able to create. Because in the future, in the present, what you do digitally is your work. This is the work you provide in the future. And if you don't own your work, then you won't be able to work. And we're going to get to a point where we are going to be doing serious contracts that come from serious negotiations will be written on the chain. And there will be multi-sig wallets and individual wallets associated with contracts, and things will happen automatically without anyone being able to obfuscate the truth or change the reality of the flow of money. Real estate and all of these things I said I was, kind of skeptical about. It's not because I don't think they're coming. It's because we're not there yet. We're experimenting now with intellectual property and NFTs and art as fun because breakthrough technologies start as toys. You don't go put your house on the blockchain until you understand how the blockchain works. More importantly, until the government understands how the blockchain works, because you don't want to be regulated into the poorhouse because you did a bunch of really, really risky things and the government comes along and puts laws on that make all your money go to zero. I think that's why there is a way to build these things. I think it's great that we're starting with art and music and changing these industries. And I think it's great that we're starting with digital payments and all these things and getting these things going, but in their own economies where unless you cash out to fiat, you cannot currently pay your rent with cryptocurrency unless you've got some really forward-thinking property managers. Not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying that it's not popular yet. So for the most part, if you want to realize your gains, you have to take it off of the Ferris wheel, put it into Coinbase or wherever, and put it back into your bank. And that's when it becomes real again at this point. We're doing these experiments to get to that point. And, I've rambled a lot of different things, but the main thesis is that decentralized cloud storage will really open up our ability to remove ourselves from the centralized services that are able to rug you the way that Dharma wallet is now acquired by OpenSea, and everybody in Dharma who had money there is rugged. And Dharma is paying the transfer fees to get out of the wallet for the next 30 days. If you don't do it in the next 30 days, who knows what happens to your money. But also, they're only paying the transfer fees over $100. So if you only put in $50, you got to pay your own Ethereum layer 1 transaction fee to get $50 out. Guess what? Sounds like you just left that $50 in that wallet. So Dharma is, I'm pretty sure, a Web 2 wallet. OpenSea is a Web 2 company, and they can rug you. Coinbase is going to open up an NFT marketplace. They have partnered with MasterCard to accept payments. So now you'll be able to buy NFTs with a credit card in your Coinbase wallet, which I don't know how much this actually counts as self-custody. I'm pretty sure an NFT minted on a Coinbase marketplace can be rugged. It's not out yet, so I can't actually say, but I don't see why they wouldn't have that feature. That is the feature of Web 2, is we can turn you off if we want to. We can turn anything on and off as we want to. And Web 3 is, what do you want to do? This is what we have now. Community, help us decide where to go next. At least that's the promise of Web 3. And we can only deliver that promise with decentralized cloud storage and cloud computing. And that is the basis of all of this technology. So, yeah, I will occasionally have to get technical on things. And this one ran a little too long. A bit rambly this morning. Glad you joined me, though. And see you next time. Good morning.